Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. If you can hear me well, drop a one in the chat before I get to running my mouth. We were having some technical difficulties. I don't know what was happening, but I want to make sure that everybody can hear me before I get started. So drop a one in the chat if you can hear me perfectly. And I hope everybody is coming on in and having an awesome, I think it's Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is. Yes, it is Wednesday. Drop a one in the chat if you are able to hear me before I go ahead and get started. Awesome. Thank you, Ebony Queen. So I don't know what was happening, but I do apologize for that. But hey, at least I can edit this part out and just take it out. But okay. I don't know how much you guys heard, but kind of to summarize, once again, if you are unfamiliar with this case, thank you, Ebony Queen. Hello, Dr. Keita. Thank you guys for tuning back in. Okay, so I don't know how much you guys are following the case. If you are not up to date, definitely check out the playlist that I have with Jay-Z versus Tony Buzbee. But this all transpired from Tony Buzbee ended up sending a demand letter in the Jane Doe versus Diddy's company's lawsuit for SA. Jay-Z received a letter that he took as an extortion letter. And pretty much, and I know how demand letters work, is pretty much saying, okay, if you don't do this, then we're going to do this, meaning that we're going to file a lawsuit. So I am only assuming that Jay-Z failed to respond to that demand letter that we finally have a copy of. I'm happy because I'm like, I wanted to see exactly, because I've explained to you guys numerous of times what all entails in a demand letter, because it's not always about money. Okay, a lot of people think that it's about money and it's not, but we'll tap into that just a little bit. So Jay-Z failed to respond to the demand letter. Buzbee ended up amended the complaint in the Jane Doe versus Diddy case, names Jay-Z in it. Jay-Z puts out a statement pretty much denying all of the allegations, telling the public as well as Tony Buzbee that he's not getting one red cent. And there has been a lot of back and forth in the Jane Doe versus Diddy and Sean Carter case. On the flip side of that, Jay-Z took it upon himself to sue Tony Buzbee and the Buzbee law firm for the extortion letter. When Jay-Z ended up filing that lawsuit back in December, he filed it under the pseudonym John Doe. Now, we all speculated that it was, me personally, I thought it was Kevin Hart. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought Kevin Hart filed a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee, but Jay-Z was later, once he was named in the amended complaint, it made sense. But in that aspect, Jay-Z said, okay, I'm suing you for extortion. Then he ended up amending the complaint in January, just a couple of days ago. Wait, hold on. I probably lied. Nope, I lied. He amended the complaint in December, and he added defamation to that. So in addition to extortion, he's saying that Busby has also defamed him. Okay, and we get it, because the allegation, who wants an essay allegation, you know, on them? Because that just tarnishes your whole brand, who you are, the businesses, your associates, all your dealings. It's just a bad taste. What's up? Ebony said, I felt like it was Jay-Z from the beginning. Oh, really? Oh, but you know what? A lot of people have been talking about Jay-Z being dragged into it. Me, I was like, no, there's just too many other A-list celebrities, but it makes sense now, because I never really paid attention of how much Diddy and Jay-Z hung out. So it only makes sense. What's up, Rodney Dukes? What's up? Thank you for joining. Yeah, so definitely hit that like button. Don't forget to share. Drop I'm about to say stupid. Super stickers, super thanks. Everything is appreciated. All right, so let's hop right on into this. So I have been waiting for something to pop off today because one, honestly, I am tired of talking about Donald Trump. I have been reading complaints all day plus working. The lawsuits against Donald Trump is crazy. I will tap into that probably over the weekend. I just needed a day to just like not think about the president. But I was so happy to see that something has popped off with Tony Buzbee and Jay-Z. So first and foremost, Buzbee has filed a motion to strike, and he's trying to strike allegations that has been made in Jay-Z's first amendment. So this is this complaint here. Unfortunately, I have not done a video over this because I've been trying to find the time to do so. It is 274 pages. So I still need to go over this, and I still need to kind of summarize so that way I can present this to you guys to get an understanding. I have briefly read over some of it, and some of the allegations that Jay-Z has made is kind of outrageous. But here are some of the things that that Buzbee wants Jay-Z to remove from the complaint. And also, in support of Buzbee's motion to strike Jay-Z's, he also added the demand letter for us all to see exactly what it was that Jay-Z was claiming to be an extortion letter. Ebony, before I get into this, Ebony said Jay-Z hung out with R. Kelly too much, and don't forget Foxy Brown. These are the reasons I suspect the. That's good. You know what? Yeah. We're gonna. I'm pretty sure more is gonna come out. It's just a matter of time. All right. So here is a defendant who is Tony Buzbee and the Buzbee Law Firm's notice of motion and motion to strike against alleged plaintiffs, aka Z's first amended complaint. Again, this is a notice to strike. What are some of the things that he wants to strike? He wants to strike a couple of this. Now, I'm not going to go through each of these paragraphs, but I'm gonna read the first the first two, well, the second and the third. So for instance, language to be stricken. He filed this lawsuit to preemptively call out Buzbee for the miscreant he is. That is language that Buzbee wants stricken from the amended complaint. Let's see what 19 is. So paragraph 19 reads, all right, the purpose of Buzbee's ominous and highly publicized media statements to enable him to extort lucrative pre-filing settlements. So he was trying to get that removed. 38 and 39. All right, what it says. All right. So Tony Buzbee is also looking to get these paragraphs removed from the complaint. And they read, unlike the majority of Buzbee's, the first 9 plaintiffs to sue Combs sought justice by proceeding in their own name in the court of law. Defendants have sought to capitalize on the bravery of those victims, a coordinated shakedown of innocent third parties like Carter. Defendants believe that Mr. Combs behind bars, compensation from him is unlikely coming at least anytime soon. As a workaround, defendants devised a scheme to coerce payments from a third party with alleged ties to Mr. Combs, no matter how remote. The key to their plan was to identify and pursue persons of sufficient means and reputation who would pay an exorbitant sum of money, be named as one of Combs' enablers or co-perpetrators, even if the allegations were false. So meaning that they can't get money out of Diddy, so they go to the next best thing. And 39, it says to effectuate their campaign of extortion and to extract the maximum amount of money from as many high profile individuals as possible. Defendants concocted a narrative alleging the worst sexual assault and harm imaginable, including fabricated of alleged child victims, both and female, who were as young as 9 years old at the time. Through his media statements, Buzbee made his threats to celebrity targets clear: pay exorbitant sums of money to remain anonymous or be publicly named and shamed. That is the message they delivered to Mr. Carter, sending demand letters falsely accusing him of participating in Mr. Combs' crimes. That is extortion, and it is the worst kind of extortion because defendants either knew their accusation against Mr. Carter were false or at best failed to sufficiently investigate to know if they were true. So this is another paragraph that Buzbee is saying, hey, we need that off because that's not true. That's that's the reason, and this is going to lead me to the declaration. So all of these, I am assuming, and look at this. Paragraph 74 says, now, in fact, pattern disgustingly similar to what defendants subjected Mr. Watson, Mr. McManus, and other high-profile targets to, and another one of. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a amended complaint video on this one. All right, so these are pretty much the language that Tony Buzbee is requesting to be removed from this amended complaint. All right, now going over to this. So, in order to support your motion that you submit to the court, you have to submit a declaration as supporting documentation. So Tony Buzbee has submitted his declaration as well as a copy of the demand letter that was actually sent. This is something that I have been wanting to get my hands on for quite a while now because, as I stated before, I have been explaining to y'all what a demand letter is, and I have been stressing that I'm like, Lord, please let this demand this demand letter come, because a lot of people think that Buzbee was asking for money. Now we have a clear indication what that demand letter is going to entail. As I stated before, demand letters go out before we file lawsuits. That is standard. This is not something. Now it just depends on the case. We may say, okay, forget a demand letter. Let's just go ahead and file a lawsuit. But it's customary to send a demand letter before you file a lawsuit. She said, I agree with Buzbee. They have no proof of these statements. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so let's get into this. So here's the declaration of Anthony G, aka Tony Buzbee, in support of defendant's special motion to under Code of Civil Procedure section 425.16. All right. So Da, 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 da. All right, so this declaration is submitted in support of the concurrently filed motion to strike under Code of Civil Procedure Section 425.16. Except as otherwise stated, capitalized terms have the same meaning as in the motion. I am an attorney duly licensed and in good standing in Texas and New York, with decades of litigation and trial experience in courts around the country. I'm principal of the Buzbee Law Firm, a respected law firm based in Houston, Texas, and I have received numerous recognition the years of professional excellence, including being named Attorney of the Year by Texas Lawyer. That is facts. Now, even though my boy, he's a Republican and he supports Trump, still my boy, because hands down he is an awesome lawyer. I do give credit where credit. In 2024, my firm and I became involved in the civil claims arising out of one of the extraordinary revelation, world famous rapper and music star Sean Combs, more commonly known as Diddy, was accused of engaging in systematic sexual abuse and ex trafficking, among other potential crimes, over a period of many years. A criminal indictment of Diddy in the district court for the Southern District of New York was unsealed in or about September of 2024, which included allegations that for decades, the defendant abused, threatened, or coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. The indictment also noted that Diddy had not acted alone, but had formed a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, ex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. What Fernando said, that the demand letter wasn't an invitation to dinner. What else would it be for? That's what I'm. Because a lot of people think that it is for money. It's not always. Like Tony Buzbee stated, it was a simple sit down. But we'll get to that. A demand letter serves as a notice to the defendant. That's correct. Hey, Baps. All righty. Let's get into following the widely publicized arrest of Diddy on or about September 16th, 2024. My firm publicly announced our representation of over 30 individuals alleging that they had been victims of SA and abuse at the hands of Diddy and or his associates. On or about October 1st, 2024, I held a press conference during which I made statements regarding my firm's intent to locate other survivors of Diddy's sexual assaults and to identify other individuals who perpetrated sexual violence along with Diddy. The primary goal of these public statements was to extend support to other survivors and encourage them to come forward to share their stories and seek legal redress. Following the press conference, my firm's representation expanded to approximately 120 individuals who came forward with allegations against Diddy and his associates. On October 20th, 2024, my firm filed suit against Diddy in the New York action. The press conference, numerous potential claimants have reached out to my firm. We have engaged in rigorous due diligence to investigate the veracity and legal viability of each claim. For instance, our diligent efforts include extensive interviews, often amounting to interrogations, of the claimant by at least one and up to five separate attorneys, background checks on the claimant and potentially other persons, verification or cross-checking of facts, including dates and locations, and examination of any other evidence available from the claimant or other sources. As a plaintiff paralegal, I can actually agree with what he just stated. That is the process, especially when you have firms such as Buzbee's. When you are a trial firm, it is not just, oh, we take your case and that's it. No, we do our due diligence before we even decide to send a demand letter to anybody. Please know that. I'm not just talking because I like Tony Buzbee. I'm not just talking. This is my profession. So I'm very aware of the process. I'm not pulling this out of the air. This is something that I do. I wish I could make a vlog, but I can't. But this is what I do. So I agree. I'm s- she was vetted. You know, I've heard so many stories saying, "Oh, she wasn't vetted." Let me tell you, we have to work with what we have. But when we're dealing with SA cases, they are different. They are very different than your normal personal injury cases. Okay? All right. During the course of our investigation, thank you, Ebony. And yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. It is All right. Even if you're listening, it is free. This is information that everybody can go back and talk about on their channel or with their friends, with their loved ones, or whoever. All right. So during the course of our investigations, several clients or potential clients identified Sean Carter. I'm going to repeat that. During the course of our investigation, several clients or potential clients identified Sean Carter as an accomplice to Diddy and a perpetrator of sexual violence. These claimants' accounts were subjected by firm to extensive diligent efforts, including background checks, intensive interviews by 3 to 5 attorneys, both alone and in teams, and research and verification of numerous details in the claimant's account. We ultimately determined that they were credible in serious allegations. Carter is a globally recognized rapper and high profile public figure who is widely known to be a close associate of Diddy. My firm understands that a close connection existed between Diddy and Carter, which we confirmed by additional research, and which further bolstered our conclusion that the allegations against Carter were plausible, credible, and unwarranted legal recourse. My firm and two of our clients were prepared to assert civil claims against Carter in addition to those against Diddy, one in the nation and one independently. On or about November 5th, 2024, before filing suit, my firm sent two letters to Carter through his counsel, notifying of serious allegations in which he was implicated and inviting him to engage in pre litigation mediation. I am going to say that again. Notifying him of serious allegations in which he was implicated and inviting him to engage in pre litigation mediation. Mind you, this is pre litigation mediation to get information. But let me keep reading. True and correct copies of the letters, both of which bear my electronic signature, were sent with my authorization, are attached as 1 and 2. The letters were sent in serious, good faith anticipation of litigation. The letters outlined the allegations against Carter, including evidence of his long-standing associate with Diddy, their collaborations, Carter's attendance at Diddy's events, and accusations of his direct participation in misconduct. The purpose of these letters was to propose a confidential mediation to explore possible resolutions and avoid the time, expense, and stress associated with litigation. The letters were not intended to make any improper threat and did not do so. They did, however, correctly advise Carter that my clients were prepared to proceed with legal action. To that end, the letters provided a time frame for Carter's response, stating if he did not respond by a certain date, my clients would initiate litigation. And that's normally what we put in our demands. You don't respond or we don't hear from you, it's litigation time. If you deny our demand, it's litigation time. If you propose any type of offer, if this was any other type of case, and we don't agree with it, it's litigation time. Carter's attorney subsequently contacted my office for additional information. My office disclosed certain additional details regarding my client's allegations, but refused to disclose their identities to protect their privacy. We also requested a confidentiality agreement be put in place. That communication, along with the letters, represents the entirety of pre litigation correspondence I or my office with Carter and his representatives. Carter declined to participate in mediation, leading my office to amend the civil suit against Diddy to act as defendant and assert the allegations against him. At no point has Carter entered into a settlement with or made any payments to my firm or my clients. One of my clients, excuse me, Jane Doe, has now asserted a claim against Carter in the Southern District of New York by amended complaint in the New York action, which was filed on or about December 8th, 2024. A true and correct copy of the amended complaint, I'm assuming, is attached. Carter and his attorneys subsequently filed a series of letters and briefs in the New York action demanded that Jane Doe be publicly requesting summary dismissal in the amended complaint, threatening and ultimately filing a motion for sanctions and requesting that the court in New York action expedite in every motion and hearing. True and correct. Okay, we already knew that. He actually submitted those with this. On or about December 26, 2024, the court in the New York action issued an order which stated in part that Carter's lawyer relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is a waste of judicial resources and a tactic unlikely to be benefit his client. The court was not fast track the judicial process merely because counsel demands it. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. Let me get to this. In my opinion, there is no then one case is wait, there's no okay, let me see. I think this case against him and he is hoping to have this weaker case dismissed in hopes of gaining momentum for the other cases. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I believe that there are more. I do believe that there are more cases that are coming out, but only time will tell. But y'all know I'm gonna be on it. um Let me see. Oh, okay. So since the initiation of this lawsuit, several past and current employees and clients of my firm have reported being approached and harassed by individuals claiming to be investigating me and my firm, urging our clients to sue us. I understand that several of these clients even have been offered money to sue us. I am informed and believe that these so called investigators are connected to Carter and are part of a concerted effort to harass and intimidate me and my firm. My firm has filed several cases for barratry, on behalf of our clients who were offered money to file a claim against us, and these cases detail the allegations of illegal activities of the investigators and those behind them. Definitely check out the playlist so you guys can get more familiar with those other cases out of Texas that Buzbee has filed. More people are going to come. That is true. That all right. So I understand that on or about December 20th, 2024, Carter filed a First Amendment complaint in this action, adding a second cause of action based on statements I've made during interviews about my firm's representation of individuals in the civil suits against homes. I understand that the second cause of action is based on following statements. And here are the statements. Let me see. On or around October 2nd, Buzbee stated on Stephen A. Smith's show that I want to make sure I capture a wide net and capture everybody involved. And I'm that's what I'm trying to do. And part of the purpose of the preference was to encourage people that witnessed some of these events to come forward, and that's happening now. I want to make sure that anyone that facilitated this, egged it on, participated, benefited from, profited from, they're involved too, because that's really what needs to happen here. It happens in other cases like that. You want to make sure that you include everyone, especially those that enabled and were complicit. He even admitted, obviously a lot of this is hard to corroborate. Chris Hansen's show, Busbee accused facilitators of misconduct, claiming they should be prosecuted and put underneath the jail. I always say that. He further said, I expect the Combs indictment and the charges in the end will grow. I expect other people will be implicated, so I think that Like I said, I think we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg here. I agree. Let me see. On the Sean Atwood podcast, I didn't know he went on there. Buzbee threatened that there are going to be some people named in these cases to raise some eyebrows. If you were a bank and you were somehow facilitating this by allowing, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash to be withdrawn for various things, or you were some sort of pharmacy that ordered large volumes of particular drugs that were being purchased, or maybe you were a hotel or a club, or this type of activity was taking place, you're going to be named. Mm. Oh, so he pretty much saying if they find out they went to the bank to draw money or they went to the pharmacy to purchase the rug, man, everybody about to be named. Mm, Piers Morgan, I didn't know he went on that either. Busby stated it may be big names at first, but we got a lot of names. Gee whiz. Um, Busby referred to his client in the York action as a sexual assault survivor, really understood to refer to Mr. Carter as the perpetrator of the alleged lawsuit. TMZ report that Busby said he's not ruling out filing grape charges against Mr. Carter with New York's, and further stated what happens next is up to my client. It's her case, and what she decides to do, we'll find out in course. The article also noted Jay-Z's grape accuser might take the music mogul's advice and file a criminal complaint against him after slapping him with a civil lawsuit alleging sexual assault, according to her attorney Tony Buzbee. Oh, so be on the way, y'all. Be on the way. Bab said he's trying to bully himself out of the charges. I agree. Exactly. He is not scaring anyone like he thinks he is pathetic. They are working on a RICO for Diddy. RICO cases involved in enterprise. Diddy will not be the only celebrity going down. Exactly. And I need to start calendaring those dates because they have that enterprise letters due. So I need to see when that enterprise letter is due. Bab says, I will not be surprised if Diddy snatches Jay-Z in himself, causing Diddy, because Diddy is the type that thinks if he's going down. No, I believe that Diddy about to start wheeling. I do believe that. All right. So these statements are collectively reflective of my honest opinion and assessment of the circumstances surrounding the claims against Diddy and Carter. At the time of each of the statements, I believed them to be true and still believe them to be true. According to the dates given in the First Amendment complaint, statements A and through and including statement E were all prior to the date that Carter was identified as the defendant in the New York action, and none of those statements even mentioned Carter. I do believe that those statements were understood by the public as specifically referencing Carter, nor they were intended to do so. Statement F was simply a literally true statement that my client in the action would decide to take her next steps. Okay, so I'm assuming that Jay-Z, like I said, I did not read the complaint, so I need to. So when Busby went on Stephen A. Smith's show. Let me God delete. When he went if A. Smith, the Chris Hansen show, the Chatwood podcast, he spoke with Piers Morgan and TMZ. Uh, okay, I guess what he was saying, he didn't even mention. I guess he didn't even mention Jay-Z. I don't know. I think that's what he's saying. But I was like, and it does show that. But anywho's, let me keep going. All right. So on December 8th, 2024, after Carter was named as a defendant in the New York action, I expressed my frustration on social regarding Carter's attempts to silence my clients. This was the first time I publicly mentioned Carter by name. Okay, so on all his other interviews, he didn't mention Jay-Z's name. After Jay-Z came out with his statement, that's when Buzbee started mentioning his name. I believe now, and I believe that all times that I have made public statements about this matter, and at all times that the letters were sent, that there are powerful reasons to believe that Carter is and culpable for exual misconduct related to the Diddy criminal enterprise. The allegations involving both Carter and Diddy have garnered significant public and media attention and did. All right, so this is his declaration. And he put City, Texas. Who did this? He okay. Just whoever did the DocuSign, Buzbee, you put city. There ain't no city called City, Texas, but what? All right, so going into Exhibit 1, here we go. The demand letter. All right, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Right, he didn't mention Jay-Z. Yeah, so that's why he was all. It's like if the shoe fits, wear it. So you already knew he was guilty. See, that's why I was like, now Ebony says she knew and that's why. Let me take a sip of my water. I promise you, I did not think of Jay-Z. But I'm pretty sure if Ebony, if you already knew, then I'm pretty sure everybody else knew. So it's like Buzbee didn't have to say his name, but everybody already knew. All right, so here, hold up. This is, let me just make sure how long this demand letter is. So this is November 5th. This is also 5th. Babe, ooh, we about to have fun, y'all. Let's see what this demand letter says. All right, here we go. And I might have to say this because this is a good demand letter. Might have to use it later. A hit. Hey, you said it right on the head. A hit dog will holler. Yes. Hey, y'all definitely support, support, support. Like button. As I stated before, super chats are available. Thank yous available. Definitely support my channel. It's greatly appreciated. All right, let's get into this demand. Fernando, I hope you still in here. All right, so Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter. Right, on behalf of my client, Jane Doe, a minor at the time of this occurrence, this letter is Miss Doe's pre-suit demand to participate in a confidential mediation session with you and your counsel concerning my client's claims outlined below. All statements made herein are for the purposes of negotiating a settlement and are confidential pursuant to the rules. This settlement demand is confidential and may not be shared with other parties. Okay, so he says settlement. All right, so but there's more. There's more. All right, Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs. For decades, Sean Combs, let me blow this up so y'all can, I want to read along. All right, so for decades, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, allegedly abused, M-worded, God, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, men, and minors for sexual gratification, to assert dominance, and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. Combs allegedly accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. He also allegedly did this through the assistance of other individuals, such as yourself. In his frequent attacks, Combs allegedly particularly fancied the use of popular date grape. Oh wait, date grape rug. Now what is that? Roofing? Is that roofie? I never know how to spell roofie. Or GHB to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and rape against countless victims. Those same rugs were seemingly used here in conjunction with your assault towards my client, who was a minor at the time of this occurrence. The rugs were used as part of a coordinated scheme between you and Combs to ultimately actually assault my client during a Combs sponsored after party in New York City. Mm, child. Let's talk about this relationship. The Carter and Combs relationship, the one where Sean is the only person that could call me Sean, that relationship. The relationship between yourself and Combs goes beyond the occasional party appearance. Your friendship spans several years, with both you supporting each other publicly and professionally. You frequent attend parties together, including but not limited to Combs' 50th birthday party, Ciroc release parties, and Rock Nation's pre Grammy parties, amongst others. You shared interests including music production, business ventures, and a lavish lifestyle that celebrates success in the music. Over the years, you and Combs have collaborated on numerous projects, both in music, business ventures, and beyond. You and Combs are close friends. I think it is clear that you were in Combs' inner circle and frequent many of the extravagant parties hosted by Combs, which were heavily attended by those in the upper echelon of the entertainment industry. Your role in these gatherings demonstrate your presence in celebrity social circles, intertwining your brand with Combs. Your friendship with Combs has certainly benefited you personally. Based on what we've learned, you frequently join Combs at his freak offs and other parties wherein actual assaults took place, including the one described below. Y'all ready? Because we about to go in. To go in. That's why they did not. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ebony said, right. It's too much. It is. What's up, Gigi? Get his ass Saturday. But Jay-Z trying to deny that they are friends. That is crazy and stupid. Yes, he's trying to disassociate himself with it. It's not going to work. Baby, let's get into this. Oh, your actual assault of Jane Doe. And now this is the demand letter that was sent to Jay-Z. Hey, hey, Buzbee he might have voted for Trump, but hey, I'm voting for Buzbee. Yes, Buzbee, tell him how he knows Diddy because they suddenly forgot how close Diddy was. All right, let's get into it. On September 7th, 2000, Jane Doe, then 13 years old, had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York City so she could try to attend the Video Music Awards VMAs. You were present at this award show and you had a music video nominated for Rap Video of the Year. In fact, you were pictured at the show before attending multiple after parties thereof. And let's see. This caption reads Jay-Z with fans and photograph while in attendance at the MTV Video Music Awards held at the Radio City Music Hall in Midtown Manhattan on September 7th, 2000. That evening, Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' had been nominated for Best Rap Video, but lost to Dr. Dre and Eminem's Forgot About Dre. He chose not to walk the red carpet that evening, and there is only one known photograph of him sitting in the audience before he left. Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He chose not to walk the red carpet that evening, and there is only one known photograph of him sitting in the audience before he left. Let that marinate. Miss Doe arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began to arrive. As the event began, the crowd moved inside, but Miss Doe, without a ticket, remained outside. Determined to get into an after party, she approached several limousine drivers attempting to talk her way into the VMAs. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for Diddy Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls, and she said she fit what Diddy was looking for, allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party in the city. The driver instructed Miss Doe to return around 9:30 or 10 p.m., promising to take her to the party. Later that evening, Miss Doe excitedly returned to the driver, who drove her alone in a black limousine with black interior. After approximately 20 minutes, Miss Doe arrived at a large white house with a gated shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked Miss Doe to sign a non disclosure agreement, informing her she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave them her name and signed the form to receive a copy. Inside the house, Miss Doe recognized many celebrities, including you. And this letter is addressed to Jay-Z, including you, in what appeared to be a living room. Wait staff carried trays of drinks and loud music played throughout the house. Miss Doe observed widespread rug use, including Mary Jane and Becky. That's what I call that word, Becky. Miss Doe accepted a drink, a reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just one drink, Miss Doe began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and or his agents employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Hmm, smaller than a pin. Looking for a place to rest, Miss Doe entered what she believed to be an empty bedroom so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. Oh, you said maybe you need to start going private. I think I should have. I should have. Hey, y'all definitely join the members because I think Baps is right. This is Baps, you right. Yeah, if y'all can't hit that like button, I'm definitely gotta go into members. And they definitely gotta get it first. All right, so she unlocked the door, y'all. Soon after, Combs, along with you and another female celebrity, entered the room. Combs aggressively approached Miss Doe with crazed look and let me repeat that. Combs aggressively approached Miss Doe with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are you are ready to party." Combs then threw Miss Doe towards you, to Jay-Z, and it says you removed Miss Doe's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Oh my God, this is ooh. Let me go ahead and put my trigger warning. I hate to hear stuff like this, man. Held down Miss Doe and raped her, while Combs' female celebrity stood by and watched. When you were done, you and Combs seemingly traded places, and Combs began to grape Miss Doe. Combs attempted to continue the assault, but Miss Doe managed to escape by using physical force. She then immediately left the property, dressed herself, and sought safety in a public gas station where she called her father and waited for him to pick her up. Now, a lot of people are going to say here that, well, why they didn't call the police or blase, blase, blase. Um, if you never been victimized, then you will never understand why. She was probably scared out of her mind. She didn't want to she is 13. She probably thought that she would go to jail or whatever the case may be. The safest thing to that she felt the need was to call her dad and say, "Man, I messed up. Come pick me up." Now, why didn't the store clerk call? I will never know. Because if you come into my store and I see you all disoriented and you're acting a certain way, I definitely would have called the police. But we wasn't there. We don't know what happened. All of this is alleged. Right. Yes. So definitely get them likes up because I could definitely put a pause on this. I could definitely put a pause on this. Hold on. Where are we at? No, she was definitely scared. Yeah, there's so many questions, but that's why we're going through the litigation process. And that's how we are going to determine exactly what happened. But we can't say that her story is not correct because we wasn't there. Okay. Hold on, let me go on to and see how many likes we got. Cause y'all know I'm about to so we got 42 watching. Let me turn it down. Hey, Gold Digger, how you doing? Let me read. As a survivor myself, the victim never forgets the actual violation. Some details may be off, but the act itself is ingrained into your brain. That is very true. That is very true. Like I can tell you some things that happen with the actual violation, but as far as what day it was, I know I was at home in my room in my bed, but I could not tell you anything. I couldn't tell you where my sister was. I couldn't tell you where my mom was. I didn't know. 3 times it happened. Now I could tell you what room I was in, but where everybody else was, I could not even tell you. I don't even know if it was the spring, the fall, the winter. I don't know. And that's the God honest truth. Her dad don't remember picking her up. And that's hey, we don't even know what's going on with that's why let us the legal professionals figure it out. Let us go litigation process through the discovery process and work out all the details. Hey, Gold Digger. Yes, y'all definitely forget to like, share, and subscribe, comment. Definitely join the channel because I think that's what I might when I start getting these important documents. Well, not I wouldn't say important documents, but some exclusive documents. Definitely have to start sharing those in members. We could stop and talk about your doggy. Now, first of all, who wants a darn mini poodle? Cause she working my nerves. I'll keep my Yorkie, but the mini poodle, I have to rehome her. I'm just playing, Leslie. I'm just playing. All right, so we got 26 likes. What's going on with that? Come on, get them likes up, get them likes up. At least get me to 30. And then I can definitely continue with this demand letter. But yes, as I stated before, demand letters are something. Now, at the beginning of this demand letter, it did state that it was a settlement, but they wanted to sit down and have a conversation with him because his name has been brought up, not just in this particular case, but several other cases. So, several other plaintiffs, because that's what it said, several other plaintiffs and potential clients has mentioned Jay-Z's name. That's a problem. That is a problem. Please be courteous. Hit the like, y'all. Oh, thank you, Ebony. When something bad happens, you don't forget. That is true. That is very true. That is very true. But y'all know I can't keep y'all on because, man, I have been procrastinating. I have been working on procrastination this year, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. So I've got a lot of stuff that's done and a lot of stuff that I need to start doing. Babs always holding it down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, y'all know I still gotta do some work and stuff. So hey, I ain't trying to be on here that long. Oh, we need one more like. Can we get one more like? Oh, there we go. Bam. See, look at that. Ain't God good? All right. So when I'm reading this, I need to get the 40 likes. So we still need to keep going. So, hey, if y'all don't want to hear me ramble, y'all better hit that like button. Yes, hold it down. All right. Ebony says, if you listen carefully, Buzbee confirmed that the NBC interview was with the real Jane Doe. That interview could be a red herring orchestrated by people who can afford to. Ooh, girl, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Girl, yeah, I have a lot on my plate. People just don't be realizing. All right, so let's tap on this too. Like I said, while I'm reading, y'all hitting that like button as y'all come in. But my mods and my I don't even want to say day ones, but Ebony, Baps, Gold Digger, all of them in the chat, they know they gonna be hit that like button. Just don't be sitting out here hanging out. I don't know who hits the like button. Okay, so just a courtesy. All right, so let's get back into this. Damages. What was done? Due to the trauma of the assault, Doe has endured intense emotional suffering, plagued by overwhelming anxiety and panic. Depression weighs heavily on her. She avoids social environments and crowded spaces. Her mental and emotional health has deteriorated such that normal daily functioning is unattainable. She fears and constantly relives the horror she endured at the hands of you and your associates over the span of years. She will never fully heal from the atrocities she was forced to commit after being rugged and raped by you and Combs. This is on a whole nother level. What happened to me was by, an individual who wasn't famous. What happened to her was by two famous individuals with money that can, at one phone call, can make you go away. If you have not listened to the Keefe D update that I did, you need to go take a listen. Diddy told Keefe D he would give him $1 million to get rid of Suge Knight and Tupac. And look what happened. I would be scared too. Whew. I hope they do find a way so I can see who in the bush is. All right, here is the demand. Here's the demand that people are asking or trying to figure out what was the. It has been my experience that when someone does this to a victim once, the likelihood is that they have done the same thing, the same or similar things to others. I have recommended to Ms. Doe that we immediately file suit. And I expect when we do that other victims will come forward who have been taken advantage at your hands in the way that Ms. Doe reports. To her credit, Ms. Doe has no real interest causing a public spectacle or filing a public lawsuit, but she will do so. She does, however, want something of substance done about this unacceptable situation and your actions. Thus, Ms. Doe hereby demands that within 2 weeks of the day of this letter, your designee contact my office to schedule a confidential mediation. At the mediation, we expect the attendance of you or someone with authority to act on your behalf who can work together with Ms. Doe to resolve this delicate and important matter. If my office fails to hear from you or your designee by close of business on November 19, 2024, we will take a different course. Should this demand to reasonably mediate not be accepted, Ms. Doe will have no choice but to file suit in a court of law and see all legal remedies available. We will, of course, provide you and your attorneys details that identify Ms. Doe once we hear back from you. I look forward to your prompt response. As always, I remain. Now, can somebody please tell me where this demand listed amount? Because normally in my demands, and I can show y'all demands that I have, and we actually put amounts. We demanded 100K, 1 million, $10 million. Not one one dime, not $1 amount enlisted in this demand letter. Make this make sense. Make this make sense. Oh my God, get in here. I came so fast. They are monsters. It is sad. It is very, very sad. They have every reason to be afraid because unfortunately money talks and they get away with a lot. Hmm. What a nightmare. Surely she has been living her life in trauma. It's hard not to hear about this. Hear about and see these two celebrities' fame over the years, knowing what happened to. Okay, that's why I'm saying we don't know because we never been victimized. At least I haven't by, but the trauma that she has endured. Just imagine you see this man on TV, you see this man getting the keys to the city, you seen this man getting the honorary, and I'm talking about Diddy, and then you see Jay. That right there is you're reliving that every single time you are seeing that person. I know because every time I see this individual, I think back of what happened, what you did to me. Hmm. Psychologically speaking. Hmm. Exactly. You cannot place a dollar amount on. She simply asked to have a confidential meeting, and they were willing to give them details about this individual so it can, remember. But that's all you had to do. But no dollar amount was even listed on it. They wanted to sit down so she can face her perpetrator, yes, and ask, why did you do this to me? I mean, I would. All right, here's another one that was sent. Look at this. Oh, wait, this is y'all b- think I might have to stop this darn live, y'all. This is the John Doe. Y'all, this is exclusive. This is the demand letter for John Doe. John, but John. Okay. All right. I write on behalf of my client, John Doe. John, not Jane, John. At the time of this occurrence, this letter is Mr. Doe's pre-suit demand to participate in a confidential mediation session with you and counsel concerning my client's claims outlined below. All statements made herein are for the purposes of negotiating a y'all, this is John Doe. Hold up. So we already know who did it. We already know they friendship. Baby. Y'all in here? Y'all better tap this like. If y'all want me to read this, hold up. Let me go back up. This is John. I didn't even realize it. I thought they just sent two demands for for Jane Doe. I didn't know this was for John Doe. Hold on, let me see where these likes at. Child, baby, what? We already 7. Come on. How many people in here? We gotta hit that. Give me up to 40. Well, go ahead and get me that one more like, and then we can go ahead and we can start. This is wild. I'm waiting. So baby, I'm wondering when John Doe about to file his lawsuit. Baby, child, what? Hold on, let me read these comments. Not one part of those story is accurate against Jay-Z. Hey Earl, we in the discovery phase. Hey, let us legal professionals handle. We get all the information y'all need. We'll get all the information y'all need. See, this is a SA case. This ain't no car wreck case, no Uber case, no none of that. This is a SA case. So what we take these allegations very sensitive. They go through whether you think that is accurate. You personally don't have the information to determine that her story is accurate. You don't know what information the Buzbee law firm has because in discovery, that's not something that is available to the public. That's not something I know because I handle these type of cases. So I know where we store our discovery at. but that is not accessible to the public. So that, even though that's your opinion, I'm just telling you, we wouldn't even be here if we did not have the information that we have. I hope that makes sense. See the lies. If you tell one lie, you are capable of telling lies. Baby, what? Take a moment. Yeah, take a moment. Take a moment. Take a moment. Uh, would you say you are going to get your some pit bulls, Cassandra, and you accidentally let them go on your? Oh Lord Jesus! Oh my gosh! I was wondering if another suit would drop. Oh, ooh, everybody! Oh, everybody! Everybody, girl, this. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Hibiscus. Thank you for the super sticker. Okay, everybody has like. Okay, all right, y'all. All right. They said take them to church. All right, y'all ready? Baby, let's see what happened. Baby, because we ain't know this. Baby, this is tea for real. I hope y'all got y'all tea, y'all wine, y'all water, coffee, whatever. Let's go. John Doe was 16 years old in 2015 when you actually assaulted him in Beverly Hills, California. In the summer of 2015, Doe has rose up in the hip hop music scene ranks. He traveled across the country to open for prominent household name artists. Doe started gaining significant traffic on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and had a growing fan base. A well known agent represented Doe. Doe has often toured with his close friend who also pursued a music career. Y'all know who he talk about. While performing at a show in Miami, Doe and his friend received a call from their agent letting him know Combs and or his associates invited both of them to a Diddy party in Beverly Hills, California. Both Doe and his friends felt immediately excited with anticipation of meeting some of the biggest stars in the music industry who would likely attend the party as well. With only a few days until the event, the two young artists flew home to Texas, immediately purchased airfare to Los Angeles, and left to attend the exclusive party. They live in Texas. I got to do my research, baby. We got to, hey, Legal Eagle Squad. We got to get in. We got to tap in because we got to figure out who this is. When the boys landed in Los Angeles, Combs and his business associates had arranged for a black SUV to pick them up from the airport. Inside the vehicle, boys were offered non-alcoholic champagne. Unbeknownst to either one of them, the champagne contained rugs. About 30 minutes after sipping the champagne, both began feeling disoriented. Doe suddenly felt weak and confused, unlike anything he had ever experienced before. Doe's friend then passed out in the car before reaching their destination. While Doe felt disoriented, he did not lose consciousness at this point. Bap, you always know who it is. Hold up, because I'm lost. All right. From the airport to Beverly Hills Mansion took approximately an hour. Upon arrival, security guarded the entrance, opening a large gate to a white mansion. Doe recalls the grass being the nicest he's ever seen. The property having impeccable trimmed trees and landscaping. Doe could see a lively crowd already at the party, with multiple arriving one after another. He noticed many other attendees, both male and female, and around his age, some younger, who were entertainers. Lord, oh my gosh. I got my trigger warning. Man, say. As Doe stepped out of the car, his friend remained unconscious in the back seat. Doe leaned in and tried, but an older man quickly approached and offered to help, reassuring him, "Your friend is just tired from the flight." The same man then instructed Doe to place both his and his friend's cell phone into a brown bag. explaining that photographs and videos were strictly prohibited inside the house and at the party. After complying, the individual removed Doe's friend from the car and took him to an undisclosed location. Baby, I got the eyes too because I'm trying to figure out. Babs, I can't stand you. It is disturbing. So can be in more than one state and day, evening, or night flights make that possible. This is what Jay didn't want to come out. Exactly. It wasn't the Jane Doe, baby. It was the John Doe. Let's continue. At the entrance, another man, introducing himself as a lawyer, greeted each guest. He required guests to sign a non-disclosure agreement before entering the party. No guests were provided copies of the NDA after signing. At this point, Doe's memory grew hazy as he drifted in and out of consciousness under the effects of GHB. He recalls being led upstairs across a marble hallway and into a room designated for him. As he entered, Doe fully lost consciousness and did not wake up until the next morning. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, okay. Y'all ready for this? Oh my gosh. I just have a bad feeling. Y'all, I'm reading this at the same time. I have not gone through these documents. Y'all are getting my honest review of this. The next morning, Doe awoke in an unfamiliar bedroom. The effects of the rug had worn off. As his eyes as he opened his eyes, he saw you laying beside him in bed. Your expression was blank, but with an appearance of guilt and shame. He remembers you being mostly unclothed, wearing only short white boxers. You two stared at one another for what felt like a very long time. Doe then noticed another person in bed as well, turned away with a blanket pulled over her head. However, Doe did see her face briefly. Doe began to understand what happened. You and most likely the woman he saw briefly engaged in non consensual sexual intercourse with Doe while he was rugged and unconscious. Doe then leaped out of the bed, only wanting to find his friend and get out of the house. As he got out of bed, he realized he was completely naked and his genitals, including whatchamacallit, was throbbing in pain. Whoo wee. Oh my gosh. Instagram, my Baps, I'll give you my shit, I can't even freaking talk because I'm just disturbed. Um you can message me at that one and then I'll give you my personal Instagram. Bro, Doe searched the nearby rooms but could not find his friend. He rushed through the house, turning up nothing. Then, through a window, he saw a few individuals asleep by the pool. Doe went outside to check and eventually found his friend next to a poolside swing. His friend was unclothed, just as he was. Doe shook his friend to wake him. As his friend came to, he mumbled in confusion and asked why they were both naked. Doe didn't know why either, but asked his friend what he remembered. His friend replied that the last thing he recalled was seeing Celebrity X. Do y'all know how when we name those, we name those 1 through 52, right? It says Celebrity X. So all there's been a lot of celebrities named after, so celebrity A through wait A B C D W X. All right, so A through W celebrities have already been named. I think Diddy was A, Jay-Z was B. I'm presuming what's her name? J Lo is C, and then whoever is C through W. They've already been named. Lord child. Doe's friends saw his clothes nearby and quickly dressed. While Doe wrapped himself in a towel he found by the pool, Doe asked his friend to come upstairs with him to find his clothes so they could leave. When they entered the room, it was empty. Both you and the other woman were gone. As you two ran out of the house, Combs stood waiting at the front door. He stopped them with a warning. If anybody heard about the party or what happened, he knew where each of the boys' families lived. He allowed them to grab their phones, then reminded them that the NDAs, and added that he could crush any future they hoped to have in the music industry. Damages. As a result of allegedly assaulting Doe, he has experienced severe mental anguish, anxiety, and panic attacks. Depression shadows him, especially in social settings and among crowds. He struggles to open up, to trust, and it is deeply affected his relationships and his happiness. He once had a promising career in entertainment, but he has now abandoned it. He cannot continue in an industry run by people who took advantage of him, used his body, threatened him, and left him feeling discarded. Doe fears for his life and constantly relives the horror he endured at the hands of you and your friend Combs. He will never fully heal from the atrocities to committed on him after being rugged and raped innumerable times by yourself. I'm speechless. After reading this this right here is a bombshell because all we know prior to this was Jane Doe. Jane Doe. Jane Doe. Like somebody said in the comments, this John Doe is what he did not want to be released. He made it seem like it was only Jane Doe that he was speaking on. This, not saying that hers is worse, this with this young man is sick. It has been my experience that when someone does this to a victim once, the likelihood is that they have done the same or similar things to others. I have recommended to Mr. Doe that we immediately file suit, and I expect when we do that other victims will come forward who have been taken advantage of at your hands in a way that Mr. Doe reports. To his credit, Mr. Doe has no real interest in causing a public spectacle or filing a public lawsuit, but he will do so. He does, however, want something of substance done about this unacceptable situation and your actions. So, once again, they wanted to sit down, schedule a confidential mediation, and resolve this matter by close of business November 19th. He didn't respond. He didn't respond. I just got chills. And this is just the amended complaint. The I'm just like I don't even know what to I didn't know what to say. These are just I'm just kind of scrolling through to see what else. These are just all the filings that have been submitted in the Jane Doe case. Wait, what is oh this is the indictment. Oh, y'all, I just got chills. Okay, this is just all the indictment stuff, and these are transcripts. Okay, that I I I I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. That shook me right there. That that shook me. Those are the two demand letters. One from Jane Doe, one from John Doe. Now, where was everybody at? Who said Jane Doe's story didn't corroborate? What you got to say about the John Does? Y'all didn't know about them John Does, did you? I don't even know. Y'all, I literally have chills. I have chills like I'm getting the flu. That right there, that got me. Man, they allege predators are strategic thinking out and plotting out how to get these innocent people from location to location. That's why it would be considered ex trafficking. Y'all crossing people's state lines just to get their goods. Who do you think the woman is that John Doe is speaking? Who do you think the woman is? I don't know. Cause I was like, if they talk about, well, obviously this is to Jay Z. So I'm like, Beyonce? Was it Beyonce in the bed with him? So detailed. Man, we got to do our research. Friend was a witness. Hey, friend probably got messed up too. But they said celebrity X, which means that there were so many celebrities that were named. That's how he tried to control them all. What the fuck were these guys into? That's nuts. I still got chills, y'all. Definitely hit that like button because that right there, that was a bombshell. I want to know who he woke up to. I want to know who these people were. J Lo name was placed out there by Jay and his team. We cannot trust anything those ninjas provide. It is likely that J Lo was mentioned as a clever attempt to throw the public off. I see all of them. Yeah, here's the thing with that. So in Jane Doe's case, when she said she was in a room a celebrity, I think she called her celebrity C. That would, I mean, if we think about that, around that time, she was dating Diddy. But I mean, it could have been anybody because these were celebrity parties. Oh my gosh, I just got. Yeah, J Lo knows a lot of stuff. Why y'all think J Lo left? J Lo got the heck out of Dodge. Y'all know what? Let me see, cause I normally don't. If anybody wants to come up and discuss, y'all know I'll be reading these and then getting off. But I want to know what y'all think, cause I'm like, what? She was not just thrown out there. Why don't just find willing partners? I'm sure they could have male and exactly. It is very sick that they are taking advantage. But see, here's with that part, what happens is they find people who actually want something greater. They want a music career or they want to be, somewhere in the entertainment business. We've seen it too many times in the Diddy lawsuits, like the Sean John model. It was the girl that was at the white party. She was working at the white parties while her boyfriend was doing the modeling, but they both had to do something with Diddy. And if they had enough of it or they moved, he pretty much shunned them from the entertainment or the modeling business. That's who he goes after. He goes after. Look at the Rodney Jones, the very first male case that came out, right? He pretty much produced that Brotherly Love or whatever album that thing was, but Diddy knew that he wanted something greater. He knew that he wanted to work with other producers and stuff like that. So they take something that they know you want, and that's what they do. So you wake up next to Diddy and your thought is like, dang, I need to go to the police, but if I do, then I'll never ever, you know, get my music career off or get my modeling career off. But for this demand to not only be by Jane Doe, but a John Doe against Jay Z, that is what he didn't want coming out. It's likely that Jane Doe knows, but she's not the other celebrity. Y'all. Oh Lord. Cassandra, the sad part is it is a lot more to the situation than you that'll make you vomit. And I already feel sick. That's why I had to stop covering Diddy cases, y'all. I was getting sick. This really right here just made me sick. People do love blaming the victims. That they do. Oh, hey, I'll get to your comment, Earl. Did they just use the music as a cover for their sick need to essay innocent people on a mass level? The amount of people is just outrageous. Years and years of essay. And then Earl said, I don't want to get my. Okay, Earl, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to kick you out because you have an opinion. So if you would like to state your opinion or you would like to come up and speak, you can. I'm not going to drop you. Everybody's entitled to. I'm not that type of party. This is a legal doc talk. So we may not agree on some things, but we agree to we agree to disagree. I think that's how it goes. Ebony said J Lo need to run. It is. That's what Diddy wanted. That if you look at their positions, and I am so sick of people being like, well, they're just trying to take down black men, black. Look at what they're being accused of. I don't care if you was the poorest person on this planet. If you have allegations such as those, you need to be under the jail. Stop saying that they're coming after black men and their money. Do y'all not realize the allegations that are put out there until they go to mediation? Now, if they go to mediation, we probably won't find out diddly squat because I'm pretty sure they're gonna sign some paperwork that says, if you settle, don't discuss this, this, and this. If they go to trial, that's gonna be a different story. Then everything is coming out. Freaks like this actually want yep, they do. A sense of power, dominance. That's how you see how Tony Buzbee worded those demand letters when he described Diddy and described Sean Combs and their relationship. It was very detailed. Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. Lord Jesus. It's not looking good. It's not if Beyonce was the female in that room, bro, this ain't looking good. Yeah, we all cordially disagree. Everyone has their opinion. They had opportunities to be great. Most black people don't have this opportunity. That is facts. It's too late for her ass to run. Indeed, we can agree to disagree. I don't see. I don't think he ain't coming up here, Earl. Like I said, if you want to come up here, you could definitely come up here. I'm not gonna kick you off. Ain't nobody gonna cuss you out or nothing like that. Um, I'm lost. I I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I'm just lost for words. The John Doe demand letter just took me out. It did. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all long. We're going on about an hour and 30 minutes. Definitely thank you guys for tuning in. Hibiscus, thank you again for the super sticker, super chat. I can't remember what it is. But this has now disturbed me, knowing that it is a male minor. He was a minor from Texas. So now I gotta search. Now, Babs, if you sent me that Instagram, girl, we gotta talk. But I got so much stuff that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to cover Donald Trump. I'm trying to get ready for the ASAP Rocky trial. Then the Naziah Harris case. I got a lot, but then I still have to work. But this here took me for a loop. Um, I'm interested in seeing how this John Doe case is now going to go. I don't know if he's scared, and that's probably why they haven't done a lawsuit yet, but I feel that it is coming. I feel that it is coming. Bep says, right, Cassandra, they always try to make excuses for the black man. It's sad and pathetic. It is. It's very pathetic. It is beyond, it is sick. That's what it is. Thank you, Gold Digger. Yes, 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 yes. Beyonce is a victim. She needs to tell us what she knows now. Hopefully, she's cooperating with the authorities behind the scene. You know, one thing though, they are married. They are married. So I'm just trying to figure out how that's going to work out. Based somewhere curled up in a corner, baby. Because I don't know when these documents was filed. No, they were actually filed on the 17th. And I don't know how I missed that. No, you know what? I do know how I missed that. I wasn't checking for it. That's what it was. If cool, Earl, as long as you don't get disrespect. Yeah, that's all. That is all. All right. Well, I don't see anybody trying to come up here, but that's okay. We can take this conversation into the comments below. Next piece of confidential or some juicy details, I definitely have to give it to my members first. So definitely, consider joining the members. That is a way to support me. I may not go live all the time in members, but I'm just kind of waiting till I grow my Legal Eagle squad, but definitely thank you. I can't I can't for you to I can't. I have, that's why I say I have to have a few days because Trump has done so many things, and I'm just I'm tired of being pissed off every second. So this was actually a way to kind of bring me back down to reality. But thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this was great. We figured out we don't know who John Doe is, but we figured that there is a John Doe and he has spoken. We are just waiting for him to file this lawsuit, but definitely put your comments in the comments below. Let's have this discussion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed, and I'm out. Bye. I love y'all. Y'all are so awesome. Bye.